Hey everybody, Rodman here. Thanks for tuning in to Mercury Fallen, the tutorial mini-series. So let's continue where we left off. We were poking around the planet map here, trying to get a new dog done, little discovery rover drone. So we are queuing up the resources to get that going on. One thing I wanted to do is to start putting some additional raw storage in, because I realize I am just about at the capacity for raw storage. I've been adding on all this non-raw storage, but my raw storage is all maxed out too. So we'll get 2 more units of those in, and I will make them high priorities. Man, they take a lot of resin. Alright, let's fast accelerate time and see if we've uncovered any sort of valuables. As you can see, a lot of the map now being revealed to us. No new boxes or anything, unfortunately. Taking a look at our colonists, making sure everybody's all powered up and have all the things that they should have. Research. Recipes. No, there's really not much else I can do. At this point, just waiting on the resources that we need. Oh, so we've got the electronics. Now we're just waiting for the steel. 25 steel. That I think I could do. Refined metals. We got 19 out of the... Oh, no, there we go. Keeps bouncing back and forth. Now, opening up some additional raw storage will help to alleviate the storage containers. So the large ones only allow for raw resources. But these small ones allow for components and other stuff like that as well. So now I'm going to set the priorities to these a little bit higher than the normal ones, and we'll start shifting and possibly free up some space. Alright, looks like the steel's been used, which means the vehicle is currently being constructed. Great. We did uncover an organics chest. That's about it. No new robots or colonists or anything like that. Teeny little unit of groundwater. And another thermal vent. I could transition away from coal and start utilizing thermals. That will take some steel, so I want to maybe do that only after I've used and built as much vehicles as I want. I'm not really hurting for anthracite, I don't believe. Just making sure that is true. Fuel. Yeah, anthracite, I've got 3,000 plus of it. That's not much of an issue there. So what I'm going to do is try to transition the raw stuff out of these old storage containers and put it in here. I think that's probably a low priority hauling task, but that's something we'll work towards. Here's another minerals chest and tech chest. Not bad. 64% done on that vehicle. Stress has been coming down pretty regularly. Maybe not for Sharon, but you know. We'll keep cracking the whip on her. once we've got all this mined and tidied up, I can start focusing on mining out the last little tiles. I'm never gonna need to utilize this amount of space. It's just nice to have it cleaned and all that. In fact, if you really wanted to, you could turn it all into hallway. Be kind of a waste, but it'd be funny. So I am bottlenecked a little bit through discoveries. The beetle miner here is the only thing that I've know of that is not discovered, but all right, let's see. We are 99%. Oh, there we go. So we have made one of the vehicles. In the vehicle bay. That's a very good landmark. Taking a look at what else we can build up here for vehicles. I actually might want to queue up more than one. So I'm going to construct another one. If I go to the vehicle bay here, up top, I could put in a movement speed increase into it before I deploy it. And let's see about tech printing up something else. So if I go to vehicle equipment, I could very much need a improved scanner on it as well. So I'm just going to craft a one-off. And we'll get that improved scanner installed in it before I deploy it out anywhere. Another food chest. We're starting to get arrowhead fungus in our refrigerator with no concept of what to do with it yet, but that's fine. Alright, so I think we made that scanner. Nope, not yet. I will embark the vehicle eventually, as soon as that scanner's made. So where is that? Craft. I don't see it in the queue. I feel like it was in transit, maybe? Let me crank another one out. Vehicle equipment. Improved scanner. Oh, I didn't give it a craft amount. There we are. And we've made it. Just gotta wait for it to be put away. Probably put away by now. Install. Oh, now we have two. And once. Alright, so now I'm going to embark the vehicle here. It's right on this tile. And what I can do is start to biome scan. And what this does is it will discover the biomes around the area here and tell me what kind of resources I can utilize. I'm actually going to tell it to auto scan. So this biome, for instance, has mineral compound, azurite, and anthracite, and it's going to go from biome to biome, discovering what kind of resources are available. So this biome is mostly mineral compound. And sometimes, I would say early on, it might be helpful to manually tell it what to do, like where to go, because it might not scan all the biomes closest to you. So let's turn off auto and tell it to come back and scan the more local biomes. So this one is all hematite and a little bit of ruile. The ruile would be good for me to start mining because that is a resource that I'm not going to be able to get in my little cave tunnel, or whatever you want to call it. And then we have another one of these rolling off the line as well. So this is a beach. It's mostly sand. Let's check over here. And my second vehicle is going to get equipped much the same. And this allows me to make discoveries, and as you can see, the map here is filling out with the discovered areas that I've been finding. Alright, so this one is going to be set to auto. And this one I'm going to manually control for a bit. So this biome is scrubland, also hematite. You could also convert these to radio towers, but I don't really need to do that this close to the base. And if I see something going wrong, I'll just take control. So what I'm trying to do is to find good places to do some mining. And the Ruile is something I'm definitely going to want to mine up. Boreal scrubland, so that's some gold as well. These are resources that you're just not going to be able to find in your little cave, which is why I'm down here poking around. So this is grassland. Grassland, pretty boring. I don't really need any rare resources there. But gold and Ruile, that's a different matter. This is Chaparral. Nope, don't need any of that either. So let's put you on auto because I don't know of any other biomes for you to manually scan. And this up here is Tundra. This has a lot of gold, so that's going to be very, very nice to utilize. And I've discovered most of the local... Oh, no, here's a fungal forest again. I already knew of that. Tendril forests. We could just leave these more or less auto-exploring. So the next thing that I would want to get is... maybe some more expeditions up top. So we need 75 tech parts, tech fragments, in order to get that beetle miner. So that's the next big thing, I would say. Taking a look at the home map here, we are just about out of things for our colonists to do. We've discovered all of the specialty resources. So what I'm going to do right now is head out on an expedition. And that way we can try to get those tech fragments. Now, the best way to do this would be to send a variety of people that have, like, different skills. So let me try to figure this out. Colonists. So Chuck, you are sort of a all-arounder. Robert, you're a very good scientist. And Joyce, you're a good engineer. So Chuck, Robert, and Joyce, you are going to be sent on a little bit of an expedition. Chuck, Joyce, Robert, and a whole bunch of cooked potatoes. I'll have them embark. And what's going to happen is whenever I happen upon a mission, well, I suppose you'll see, you will be able to decide who fulfills said mission. So when there's stuff to discover, I increase my chance of success here. So like search the ship, Joyce is the best at that. Or the ship systems, Robert's the best at that. Let's let Robert do it. He failed at it, but he had a 60% chance, which is a lot higher than some of the other stuff I've seen. Now, there's a ton of biomes around the world here. You don't need to necessarily find every single biome, but... and especially the biomes that are really, really, really far away from your home base, you're really not going to be able to make use of their resources because they're quite far away. But what you can do, if you're a completionist like I am, is to scan all of these said biomes so that you can say, hey, you know, I did it or whatever. So this biome is wetlands. And then I haven't discovered this one either. My expedition's ready to go. Prying open the door, 50, 50, 64. Or lasers. Alright, let's pry open the door with Robert. And we get a ton of tech fragments and an improved scanner. I think that might have been enough tech fragments to get that beetle miner. Oh no, we need 5 more. Oof. So close. But we also discovered bluefish. So we could unlock xenobiology, but I really want the miner first. Bluefish was a discovery that we discovered in one of these biomes over here. Maybe the wetlands or something. I'm not sure which. Or in the frozen marsh. But we'll... Yeah, these polar wastelands have a lot of gold. A bit too far, but a lot of gold. So let's focus on this expedition. 60%, 59. All right, let's do this 60%. We did not get it done. Now the other issue is I think that my colonists at home, oh no, they are all actually doing the comm station. So they're helping to try to discover new things for us. And we are also pulling resources away from the smaller storages and putting them in these raw storages because their priorities are a bit higher. All right, up to the planet. Now, at the moment, there's not a lot of reason, not a ton of reason, to do a lot of biome searching. But that... Wow, Robert, you are getting beat up. That is, I mean, this is a game in progress, so that will be added later on. Let's tell this explorer to come back and, oh, actually just hit up this biome. That's the same biome as I discovered over there. Actually, no, never mind. Keep searching. This one, search these thick forest biomes. Because if I discover it over here, I'll discover it over there. Investigate. More fragments. Good. All right, so I've managed to do what I wanted to do, so I'm going to send this expedition home. I'm going to need the science from it. This biome is a shadow forest. That's azurite, which gets you copper, primarily. And we are going to re-enter the Mercury facility. So that expedition's over. The purpose of this, of course, is to... So we've discovered about 50%, 52% of the biome so far. We've discovered all the fauna and most of the flora. What I wanted to do is go to the research screen and get the beetle miner. Nice. And also let's get xenobiology, and then we'll start to unlock the food processing and all that. So this allows for sort of, for lack of a better term, an aquarium. But the cooking station now is going to have a ton of additional recipes based upon some of the discoveries I've made. So first things first, why are you standing there? Yes, first things first, we want to get the biolab floor. So I'll put a biolab floor here. And let's blow up this wall. Toss a door in there. That kind of looks sideways to me. In fact, there's really no penalty to not have doors and just have hallways. I got yet another biome, desert scrubland. So now that we have the ability to make a beetle miner, let's go queue one up. Beetle miner, 40 steel and 40 electronics. That will give our people something to cook up. Looks like a lot of the mining robots don't really know what to do. They are idle. So I'm going to give them another job. We are going to run out of mining tasks for these little robots. They could end up being hauler robots or something like that, but there is a finite amount of work to be done on the home tile, as I think you all are coming to see pretty clearly. What do we discover? We discovered sponge stalks and a desert biome. Food processing or xenobotany. Let's go food processing first. So in this new area here, this is the bio aquarium lab. We can put in fish tanks. This is going to require glass and bioplastics. Okay. Additionally, I can clear the crops out here. Oh, no, I can't really plant anything else yet. I'm not going to worry about that just yet then. Gonna move some of these storages away, break them down because we no longer need them. I'd rather have their plastics. Mr. Little Deep Driller doesn't even have tasks to do. This is around the time where you might want to consider doing robot recycling. Now, I still have a little bit of deep drilling left to do, but once all of the home tile mining is done, I'm not really going to have need for these robots, and I might want to recycle them and to invest in, instead of having the robots, to invest in surface scanners and things. So another thing I could set up is a food processor. This is a kitchen item, so nestle that into the kitchen. Let's set the deep drill up to do some deep drilling. What recipe have I unlocked that it's saying I can purchase right now? Oh, gold. Yeah, gold ingot. Sure. And xenobotany. So this allows for an algae farm. And we're going to work towards that construction. I'm going to make... Oh, it's already top priority, so I don't need to make it high priority. Now that I've made the larger storages, I could probably break these down. How's my beetle miner progress coming? Electronics and steel. Well, that will come with time. And as you can see here on the map table, we've been trekking around on the surface a bit. There's these survey doesn't necessarily do the most efficient job of it. As you can see, they skipped over a biome I have no knowledge of and didn't get it. Where's the other one? The other one sort of doubled back and started going north, I guess. Oh, we got Crystal Fields biome scanned. Here's a food chest. And more deep drilling for our deep drill bot to mine out. We're making the glass. The oh so important glass. Just about done mining out everything down below. The last research is just locked up because I don't have enough research points, but we're getting that pretty quickly. And then everything else is just crops and recipes. Some of this is stuck because I don't have enough bio samples and stuff like that, which means returning to the surface and gathering some data. But before I do that, I wanted to get the aquarium and the algae farm up and running as well. So taking a look, we are waiting on a little bit of glass. We have plenty of sand, so it's really just about processing those. Ooh, tech chest. Advanced engine. That's going to allow the vehicles that we have on the surface to move even faster. So we're doing a bioscan of the Twisted Jungle. I'm gonna send this one back to home base to grab that better engine. There is not a clear path to get there because you can't really change their equipment unless they're home. Alright, so here is the aquarium. First things first, it's going to need power and water. So there's power, and here is water. And while at it, the algae will also require the same. And then I'm going to choose a crop type, which I currently don't have researched. Well, maybe it's because it's not functional. My research into aeroponics is done. Alright, so I don't have any... The issue here is for the crops, I don't have the biosamples to do bluefish yet. I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. And then at the algae farm, I also don't have the biosamples to do the algae research either. Things I'm going to need to do in just a second. So that means sending another expedition outside up top and getting these required resources so that I can get some science done. I'm going to make this room a little bit larger. So I'll get an expedition up in just a second. A tech chest. A food chest. We don't yet have the... So we're waiting on a little bit of steel for the vehicle. My steel is at 25, so we need 9, or 26, we need 9 more. The food processor here, we don't have any recipes yet on there either. I unlocked a lot of benches or a lot of like production facilities, but not a lot of the recipes that go associated with them. Maybe got ahead of myself a little bit, but I don't really mind. Alright, got another biome, the Twisted Jungle. Yep, that was me manually. And Crimson Bloom, the last plant. So now, to utilize this stuff, I just need the biosamples from the surface science, which is basically making sure that my comms station is running. We do have some people sitting around here, including the comms officer. So let's go with another expedition to the surface. We are going to send Chuck, Joyce, and Robert again with 27 potatoes. I think that's all of my potatoes, so my cook better get cooking. Who's the cook? Baker? Sharon Baker is the cook, yes. Alright, expedition. Waiting for supplies. Someone probably ate the potato that I was packing up. Alright, we are almost ready to go. this new vehicle's up there. We're ready to go. Let's try to get some biosamples. And this vehicle here is going to switch out its equipment. Embark. Remove the engine. Give it the better one. Oh, didn't have a better scanner. Hasn't gotten that better engine yet. Alright, so let's go ahead and search. Tech parts. Oh, you know what occurs to me? Yeah, I might. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to send this vehicle out. And I'm going to create like a scanning radar station. I'm going to create that over here. What that's going to do is it's going to reveal expeditions in a new zone. And I'm going to set it up over here so that I can utilize some of the biome over there that I don't yet know. Alright, Robert Gerard sprained his ankle again. I don't really have good athletes, do I now? Vehicle bay. You are still waiting on the steel. How is my steel? It hasn't really been going up. So that would be ore refinery. That's titanium. So steel, I'm waiting on iron and anthracite. I got plenty of both. What we need then is someone with engineering skill. But Joyce is deployed. Yeah, that's the issue. And Robert's deployed. So then Chuck is deployed. Shannon, when you're not doing that, you can engineer. She's not a very good... She'll be terrible at it, but that's not so much my problem. Storage. I am looking quite out of storage yet again, after blowing up all the extra storage that I had built. So I'll put one right there. Wow, that surveyor went straight to the corner of the map. Okay, another colonist log. And you are going to convert to a radar tower. And now, instead of surveying, it just sits there as a building and scans this area for activity. And we are coming up dry with these expeditions. And there we go. There's another point of interest. And these points of interest are specific, a little bit biome specific, I think, maybe. I'm not certain about that. As you can see, there's some new biomes over here that I've yet to discover. There's a lot of world out there, isn't there? Alright, looking back home. I would say that it might be about time, sadly, to do I have an aquarium. Alright, we could also set up some aeroponics farms. But I was going to say recycle some of the robots that we have. Setting up a robot recycler. Because we have a lot of robots and not a whole lot of need for a lot of robots. There's another expedition log. Let's go up to the surface. I don't want my people running. Oh, they are going pretty far to get to here, this point of interest. If I had a transport vehicle, they'd obviously be a lot faster. But right now I'm making a miner, not a transport vehicle. How is my resources coming? Steel doesn't seem to be moving very much, even though I do have Shannon here who's attempting to make some. She just might... I think her botanist's requirements keep pulling her away. That's okay. I'm patient. So keep an eye on your food here, making sure that you don't run out. Now, some of the newer recipes that I hopefully will unlock give a lot more nutrition and satiation than my default food. Oh, here's another cave. And I fell and have to hobble back. So the radar towers just sort of negate the necessity for a comms officer. So my comms officer here, you are going to be an engineer and then a comms officer. So as long as there are engineering tasks to be done, he's going to be on it. Now it does mean I have to go all the way out here to run around and set up my my discoveries, but my investigations. Man, we are striking out hard. I'm gonna have them return home soon-ish. Come on, steel billet. All right, let's craft if below 50. Wow, 75% chance for success. We still fail. Ouch. I'm just starting to hurt my feelings more than anything else. Let's get the recycler powered on. Oh, I think I'm just maxed out on my power consumption. I'm going to turn these bad boys off because there is no reason to have them on. So the robot recycler allows you to recycle robots. Let's make sure there is no more deep drilling. As you can see, the minimap here is all wrong. I've deep drilled, I think, everything. So if I go to my idled deep driller, recycle robot, and it's just going to march at this robot recycler and break himself down into, you know, his base parts. Oh boy, bye-bye. Sad, yes, but you know, deep drillers, there's literally no more tasks for the deep driller to fulfill. My entire home tile is drilled out. What's going on with this steel billet? Maybe it requires a certain amount of skill. And, yeah, oh, nope. I think we're doing it. I think we're using it up. There we are. Beetle Miner is underway. Processor. Let's unlock that recipe. That's like an increased, well, yeah. And add that to the list here. which requires gold ingots and silicon carbide. We're going to craft up to 5 processors. Now, in order to make more processors, quite obviously, we are going to need to mine some gold. Oops, I clicked a bit too fast there. Which is where this beetle miner comes in handy. Additionally, at this point, I would say my little worker drones are going to be sort of the technicians and builders of the base. I really no longer need any of my own people doing building tasks, because those other robots don't really have work to do unless they take the work from humans. And as you can see, a lot of them are idle. Oh, there's more discoveries. All right, let's go ahead to the surface here. Enter the cave. We know how this turns out. Some inaccessible drop. Beetle miner is 61% done. But look at this beautiful map that I've found. If we take a look at discoveries, biomes, I still only have 68%. Now, if I manually controlled him, chances are, or it, not him, chances are I could do a little bit better job finding the biomes, but there's not too much of a disadvantage just letting them run on their own. %81 done for the beetle miner. Getting pretty close. Ooh. Bunch of tech fragments. I'm really looking for biosamples, though. So the first thing I'm going to mine is maybe a high ruile tile rather than going for the gold. So here's the beetle miner. And actually, I'm going to send it back. Docket facility, and I'm going to give it a advanced mining laser, because that's what we want it to do. Oh, there's some biosamples, not a whole lot of them. Okay, now we're going to deploy this bad boy and have it go out to a ruile tile. If you want to search the overlays, you can search for resources here and then pick the resources. So as you can see, the ruile is pretty much evenly spaced around out here. Oh, wow, I've never discovered this biome here. That is embarrassing. The dog. Let's go home and discover that biome. I don't know what it is. So the beetle miner can either mine the tile manually, or what I prefer to do is convert it to a mining platform, and then it will mine automatically. And I can tell it just to mine up the ruile. And then my next vehicle I'm going to make is a resource transport, which will transport that ruile from the mining platform back home. And I can set that up to be mostly automatic. And then I also want to set up a mining platform on the tundra for the gold. This vehicle has a long way to go. You know, you can just auto-explore. I'll build another one to to discover this biome, and then maybe to set up a radar tower. Well, everybody, I am just about out of time. We are on the precipice of sort of running out of things to do. I won't lie to you. This game is in development, and there is a survey out right now. If you find the Discord or the website for Mercury Fallen, you can fill it out to tell the developer what kind of content you'd be most excited about. I think there's probably only maybe one more episode of this left, and then I'll switch over to a new game. But if you have any questions for me or feedback for me, drop me a line. I do hope that you tune in next time. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll catch you all later. Adios.